Now let's look at a practical example of how support and resistance can stay relevant even after 1 or 2 years. This example becomes more important because it illustrates how a particular event which creates a support and resistance may help us validate the relevance and strength of the particular level. So this is a chart of Nifty, one of India's leading stock indices. As you could see, the market had been rallying for months before the election results were due in anticipation of victory of Prime Minister candidate Narendra Modi of the BJP. Because of his persona and track record as a business-friendly administrator, the markets had run up to the results day in anticipation of his victory. This specifically is the day the election results came out, and so you see lows and highs created on this day happen to have formed a very important support and resistance levels. So specifically 7125 had been the low on the election day, and this level had worked even after few days, and the markets just didn't go below this level which was created on the day the results came out. As it happened, the markets rallied, they broke through the levels which was the high on the day the results were declared, and subsequently the markets continued to rally for quite a few months. Now fast forward 1.5 years after these levels were created, and we see that the market topped sometime in the early part of 2015 and entered a corrective phase. After correcting for few months, there was a brief rally which failed to sustain, and subsequently there was some very sharp movement in the market, whereby there was also a day where the markets gapped down open back close to 3% and continued their downward journey throughout the day, as is shown by this candlestick. The markets were down almost 7% on a single day. And as I told you, usually when such gap-like patterns are formed in the market, most people become very confused as to what should be their next step and how should they handle their portfolio. This period of considerable volatility led to further fall in the market, and ultimately the market happened to take a support at exactly the levels created on the day the election results were brought in. So these levels of 7561 turned out to be an important support which happened to halt the fall of the market from over 9,000 levels. This shows how levels created around important events may turn out to be key levels during times of market panic. As you see, the markets happened to take support around the levels created on the election day and then rallied almost 10% from market lows. And hence it becomes important that not only you mark important support and resistance levels on your chart, but it is also very important that you keep mental track of levels associated with substantial market moving events. As during times of confusion, you'll see that very often these kind of levels turn out to be the saving grace for the market.